Are you new to Elder Scrolls Online, or is there something you're still trying to figure out? Well, this is the video for you. Hello everyone, I'm Poke for Life, and today I'm going over the 10 things I wish I knew as a noob to the Elder Scrolls Online. The first thing that I wish I knew about when I first joined was how to actually use a mount and set them up. So once you hit level 10, they now give you a mount for free. You can go and slot this mount by pressing the start button, going to your collections and collections again, and then scrolling down to the mounts menu. Once you open it up, a horse is an equine, so you're going to go into the equines menu, and then you're going to select the mount that you would like to ride. So I'll go with the Daggerforce Dapple horse, and then from there I'm going to press and hold the map button, and then that is going to be how I get on my mount. That being said, you want to upgrade your mount every single day. Even if you just jump on for 5 to 10 minutes, you want to go and upgrade your mount. So you see where there is the white horse head, you're going to go over to the white horse head on the map, and you're going to talk to the stable master. When you go to the stable master, you'll start off in the menu where she wants you to buy a mount. You don't need to do that because you already got one as you hit level 10. You're going to hit R1, and then you're going to start off by upgrading the speed. The speed is important because this is how fast you go. From there, you're generally going to want to upgrade the carry capacity because you want to be able to carry more items as you grow. And then finally, you're going to upgrade your stamina. This is just how quickly you get knocked off of your mount when you take damage. The downside to this, and the reason you want to do it every day, is as you see at the top of my screen, there is a 20-hour countdown timer. So you can only upgrade your mount once per every 20 hours. This is why you want to try to get on some sort of a genuine schedule to go and get on and just upgrade your mount so that you can have the fastest and have the most carry capacity that you possibly can in the game. The second thing I wish I knew when I was new to the game is that I needed to research as often as possible and deconstruct as much as I could without ruining myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the clothing station, and we're going to go to the deconstruct. So here you'll see that I have a piece of armor that's intricate. I can select that and deconstruct it. In the bottom right hand corner, you'll notice that my level moved up. What you want to do is deconstruct as often as possible so that you can max out your clothing, blacksmithing, jewelry, and woodworking skill lines. This allows you to craft higher level gear in the future. Next, we'll go and we want to research as often as possible also. So inside of the menu, when you select the table, you'll see this research option. You select that, and then you'll go down to the researchable trait, and then you'll research it. The point of this is that when you start researching things, then you can go over and create the sets. So here you'll see on the right hand side that the Bow of Armor Master has all of these different abilities that you can use by just researching the traits and crafting that ability. This is super important because you'll need to be able to craft gear later in the game. The third thing that I wish I knew when I started out is that I needed to price check everything. So players will buy items for more than the NPCs will inside of Elder Scrolls Online because there's an extremely diverse market for pretty much everything. So when you go and check your map, you're going to see these balance scales, and that's how you go and interact and sell to other players. So when you select it, you go over and you click the guild store. Once you do that, you choose your item name, and then you enter in what you want to sell. So I'm going to look for Kuda, and then I'm going to hit the square button, and that's going to show the price of Kuda in this specific guild trader. Now what you want to do is go to the next guild trader and see what they're selling it for. And as you can see, both of them are selling it for about 4,000 gold, so that's probably a fair price. That being said, it costs more to sell in the trader than it does to sell in person. So make sure that you are checking the prices on items you want to sell because you don't want to get ripped off or rip somebody else off because you don't know the cost of an item. The fourth thing that I wish I knew when I started out was that I needed to get as many skill points as possible by doing the zone storyline quests. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the map button, and then you're going to press and hold square. This will take you to the zone guide, and then you can hit square, and that will show you where the next quest in your storyline is going to be. An important thing to remember with this though is that you do not get skill points for every single storyline quest you complete, but it is a very quick way to get a lot of skill points. The fifth piece of advice that I wish I had when I started the game is that daily quests are probably the most profitable activity that you can partake in that will make you a ton of gold over a long period of time. So here I'm standing in front of the equipment crafting writs and the consumable crafting writs. You can tell that these are daily quests as annotated by the blue arrow at the top of the screen on your compass. The writs are important in particular because you can get surveys that you can go and collect materials from, which you can refine and sell the materials that you get, or you can go and do the daily quests inside of the DLC zones, which will give you a chance at rare drops. Another important type of daily is the Undaunted dailies. So you're going to go over to the Undaunted Enclave, which looks almost like an acorn on your map, and you're going to pick up the pledges and do the dungeons that the pledges assign you. This is important because you'll get keys to get your monster shoulders, which will complete your monster sets and give you extremely large bonuses throughout the game. They'll also give you transmute crystals, which will allow you to retrait your gear to the better trait once you get further along. Next, don't be afraid to try trials out at a low level like CP 160. They're not as daunting as people make them seem when you first start out, and they're a great way to go and learn the mechanics. The only piece of advice I would give for this though is that you are able to hear the raid lead so they can teach you the mechanics, and you should be willing to listen to their callouts. The next piece of advice is probably one of the largest noob traps in the entire game. Do not gold out your gear when you're starting out. The difference in you hitting 70 and 90k is not going to be because you golded out your gear. The difference is going to be your rotation, or the ability for you to go and clear a vet trial is again not going to be golding out your gear. It's going to be because you learned how the mechanics work and how to play that content. So my advice to you is to wait until you hit at least 1200 to 1500 CP to start golding out your weapons and your jewelry and your armor, because then you're going to understand the mechanics a bit better and you're not going to waste money on sets that aren't going to be good next month anyways. The next piece of advice I wish I had when I first started out is that perfected gear is the top of the line, but it's not required to complete content. Just like golding out your gear, it's not going to be the difference in you completing the content or you failing. The difference is going to be your level of understanding of the mechanics or the rotation and how well you can compete in that content. So do not stress over all of these videos having the perfected gear. Go through, get the normal, grind it out, and then that way you can understand what the mechanics of the content are before actually getting into the content. Coming down to the end of the list is the 9th item I wish I knew when I first started out. And that is get comfortable with one character before creating a new one. It's extremely common to see people have 9, 10, 12 characters on ESO. However, if you don't understand how to play one character, you're just going to sit there and bounce back and forth between multiple characters and still be kind of lost in the game. Find one character, and especially with the armory system, you can go and do what you'd like. You can have a healer, you can have a tank, you can have a DPS all in one tune. Get to know that one character before creating another one so that you understand how that class works. The 10th and most important thing I wish I learned when I first started out is to just have fun and don't worry about the grind. So you're going to spend a lot of time grinding the game, whether it's for gear, for CP. Don't worry about doing it when you're just starting out. Go through, have fun in doing whatever you enjoy doing. Whether you enjoy PvP, go play some Battlegrounds or go to Cyrodiil. If you enjoy doing content, go ahead, get in some dungeons, get in some trials. Otherwise, enjoy your lore and just have fun doing what you want to do. Thank you all for sticking around to the end of the video. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments, or if I did something exceptionally well this time, or if I did something exceptionally bad. I'd like to know so that I can improve, because I'm here to help the community. Also, if you learned anything or thought this information was useful, please like and share the video so that other people can get the benefit of it also. If you have a moment, please subscribe to my channel. I'm just starting out and everything that you do helps me out greatly. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.